I just seen that statue of that black lady in Times Square, and the first thing I thought was, damn, that's how y'all feel? Fat and angry? Damn, that's how we come in, fat and angry, damn.
Did y'all see the statue that they put out in Times Square? That woman is out of shape, has fake hair in her head. That's the representation that they currently have of black women. The artist that created that, why do you think he went with that? Maybe the reason he went with that is because that's mostly what he sees when he sees black women. That's the image that y'all are giving off. That statue was actually embarrassing to look at. And you as a black woman, if you don't look at that and say, hey, if that is me, then I need to do something about it. I need to go to the gym and work out, right? And change your appearance, because that's the image that y'all are giving off, is that y'all are out of shape. And then if you don't believe that that shit represents you, then y'all should be outraged about that, because that artist actually thinks that's how y'all look. That's how he views y'all. And then they put that shit next to two other statues that look like it has class. But the black woman is out there in some bummy ass clothes and no fucking bra. Like, y'all should be outraged about this dumbass statue.
Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. Our society have gone so woke that we are literally destroying the significance of things that are supposed to be valued and respected in our society. When I was a little child, okay, I loved traveling so much. Aside from loving the feeling of riding in my parents' car and the sound of other cars zooming past our own car, I totally loved standing on my tiptoes at the back seat in between my elder sister's legs, looking out the windshield or through the car windows, mesmerized at the beautiful, magnificent statues, while my dad told us the names of these statues and the significance of each of these statues we passed by. Statues of great men and women who played wonderful roles in the development of my country. Statues of heroes and legends who made humongous sacrifices and contributions for the prosperity of my country. Now, seeing these statues was usually the highlight of my travel, okay? Each of these travels, for me, the most enjoyable part was, looking at these statues. And then when we started learning about some of these heroes in my school, I felt a swell of pride, like I knew them personally, all because I have encountered their statues once or twice. At a very early age, I came to understand that statues are erected to honor individuals who made significant impact or important contributions to the society. But in today's American society, statues have been redefined to mean and to be anything. And for something to be and mean anything, then it is absolutely nothing, and it means absolutely nothing. The respectable practice of using statues to depict significant figures have been hijacked by the woke mob, and now it has turned into an act of mockery and ridicule and good old virtual signaling. I'm sure most of you have seen the latest obnoxious caricature of a statue that the left have erected at the Times Square. Of course you have. I'm sorry I wasn't early on this news. I was really sick, okay, so I couldn't film anything. So sorry for the late reporting. But at the end of the day, better late than never. Now, this very huge statue, which shows a very, let's say an unfit black woman, okay, who is dressed in the most unflattering clothes, looks like she isn't wearing any underwear on her chest, standing somewhat aggressively with hands akimbo. In fact, she is a pure depiction of an angry fat black woman who is screaming at the cashier in your local fast food and demanding for a refund after complaining that the food she ordered, which she has devoured, by the way, is not to her liking.
A new statue in Times Square we're told, turning heads. It's making people not only stop and stare, but also reflect. A rare feat in the middle of one of the busiest places in the world. Zinnia Maldonado shows us why.
At 12 feet tall, in the middle of Times Square, stands a bronze sculpture of a young woman.
It's instantly stood out. It's powerful.
It's so tall and big.
The sculpture, created by artist Thomas Price, was unveiled at Duffy Square last week, and in just a matter of days, it has stopped hundreds in their tracks. Who is she? Well, technically, she's whoever you want her to be.
Me being a plus-size black woman, I kind of looking at it was just like, oh, I wonder what me as a small child would have thought looking at something like that. Representation.
The piece is part of a series called Grounded in the Stars, which Gene Cooney, director of Times Square Art, says confronts preconceived notions of identity and representation.
To have this work here is making a statement, potentially asking questions about what we value as a city, as a society, and hopefully it's a tribute to our shared humanity.
Tourists and New Yorkers we spoke with expressed different interpretations of what she represents to them.
It's a plus-size woman. I'm a plus-size man. I'm African-American. It's the African-American woman statue. So just seeing another piece for me to stop and just have a moment with was very powerful.
If you look at the eyes, it's looking straight at something. It's focused. It's purposeful.
The sculpture proves to be a well-liked juxtaposition placed among the more traditional statues in Times Square, which is the goal, according to officials, of placing said artwork in such a significant area.
So this atrocious and meaningless object was made by an artist by the name of Thomas J. Price. He is British and he appears to be black. Now, according to him, this statue is called Grounded in the Stars. The statue confronts preconceived notions of identity and representation. Really? I mean, take another look at this statue. It is more like this statue reinforces preconceived notions of identity and representation. There is a preconceived notion that black women are mostly obese, obnoxious, loud, and angry. Now, looking at this statue, it portrays all these things that I mentioned. Now, I'm going to show you black people's reaction to this virtue signaling, to this petty act of patronization. I mean, reasonable black people, not the woke airheads. But before I do that, I just want to point out something, okay? Now, Times Square described this statue, this fake woman, as a stark contrast to the pedestalized permanent monuments, both white, both men, which bookend Duffy Square while embodying a quiet gravity and grandeur. So you see what they did there. They said the other two statues were both white and both men, so they decided to throw in something without merit and without any significance, just for the sake of inclusion. So when you see people call this statue a DEI statue, they are totally right. The statue is purely for DEI purposes and nothing more. Now, who were the other two statues, and did they deserve to be there? Or are they just there because they are white and men? Well, this one is Father Francis P. Duffy, the most decorated chaplain in Army history, who served in World War I and the Spanish-American War, endangering his life, venturing into the thick of the battle to recover wounded soldiers, providing spiritual guidance and support to fellow soldiers. A fearless man, a great man. The other statue shows George M. Cohan. He was a great playwright who composed iconic American works such as You Are a Grand Old Flag, and is credited for laying the groundwork for Broadway as a center for the performing arts. These were both great men who made significant contributions to the society. They are not placed in Times Square because they are just white and male. They are there because they have earned their spots there, okay? Just like Rosa Parks earned her spot, just like Martin Luther King, okay? Just like Duke Ellington, just like Mary McLeod Bethune, just like Frederick Douglass. There are plenty of statues of black legends who made significant impact in the society. We are proud of these statues. They merited their spot. We reject this belittling and caricature being made of black people by erecting this overweight and obnoxious black woman and claiming that it represents all black women. Anyway, let's see what other black people had to say about this.
Come on, New York. Just when you thought this woke stuff was over and done with, a 12-foot statue. Not just any 12-foot statue, but a 12-foot bronze statue of a unfit black woman with braids. Doesn't look like she's wearing a brassiere. And just there. But I'm not surprised. And I find it very hypocritical because liberals went on a rampage going through the southern states, removing statues of historical figures. Historical. Whether they were, racist or not, they were still historical. They were still statues that belonged to those states. And I believe the backstory behind this woman here is that there was some statues of white males in Times Square. So this woke group, I'm sure with taxpayers' money, came and erected this large statue of this bronze fat black woman, as if beauty is subjective. For what reason? Your guess is as good as mine. But this is the woke left.
ladies and gentlemen, at its finest. And I'm trying to hold my tongue because, you know, they just updated the community guidelines, so I don't want to get any violations. But New York, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Don't sit up here and tell me that I should be proud of that random ass, faceless, storyless ass statue that was enacted of a black woman. When I scroll all day and in my regular life, I see black women exercising, being in shape, all that. They're not box trolls. They're not box body bitches. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. There are so many black women that they could have enacted a statue of. To enact some random 12-foot bronze statue that white supremacists can attack in the name of black women, unnecessary, stupid, and I feel like it's an attack because we're not faceless, we're not storyless. That's New York. You know how many awesome ass black women come from New York that are historical as shit? I hate the statue. I hate what she looks like. And I hate that they try to play with us. Bye.
Sometimes I feel like liberals are intentionally trying to mock black people rather than praising them, okay? I feel like liberals are stylishly insulting and ridiculing black people, because how can you convince me that this statue has anything positive to say about black people? In this case, an average black woman. This is an insult. This does not represent black women. Black women are not all obnoxious, all obese, all angry, and ever so confrontational. Look at her hands akimbo, like she's about to fight somebody. Honestly, this is outrageous, and I would forever not understand how anyone would think that this statue shows black women in a good light. This is totally unnecessary. Dear liberals, please don't pacify us black people. Don't patronize us. If we accomplish great things that makes us deserving of a statue, then please erect one. But don't go about chasing clout with obnoxious images, portraying us in the most unflattering manner and expecting us to be happy about it. Oh God. This man didn't even have the decency to give her some nicely shaped butt. This is totally horrible. As always, guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.